Eric Holmes on Swift Horses. Do you know anything about Will Poulter from Meet the...
Yes.
Yes.
He's an
Daisy...
actor in The Revenant.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, yes, we just covered sort of The Revenant because we covered the year 2015. I don't remember him in The Revenant. I'm assuming he's one of the soldiers, right? One of the
Uh
soldiers.
he's uh he's like he's in the group that's traveling. He's
Okay.
kind of
I have to
Tom
do...
Hardy's. It's been a while since I've seen it,
Okay.
but he's kind of like he kind of follows Tom Hardy around.
Oh, very cool. I definitely have to thank you, Eric, for that. By the way, so Will Poulter's in it, Daisy Edgar-Jones, Jacob Elordi from last year's Saltburn. Here is a premise for On Swift Horses. It's based on a novel, so it centers on this woman named Muriel. She and her husband Lee, played by Will Poulter, they're starting a new life in California after he returns from the Korean War. But their stability is shaken when the arrival of Lee's charismatic brother Julius, played by Jacob Elordi, he's a wayward gambler with a secret past, enters their lives. I am reading the official plot summary, which is kind of messed up because it mixes up what happens. Ultimately, Muriel, she meets the brother of her soon to be husband, Lee. Again, Lee's played by Will Poulter. Muriel meets Julius. He is half naked. It's in the middle of winter, I think in Kansas. He's lying down on the car and he looks very James Dean esque. And she's immediately attracted to him. Maybe not as like she wants to fool around with him. She's attracted to Julius's spirit. And they have a very memorable night because Julius is that charming guy who has a very interesting presence. And then Lee, her soon to be husband, he's just a straight laced guy who wants to build a family. They're both of them are hardworking people, save up money for a house. He is a very straight and narrow kind of person, which is great. But Julius, he teaches on that first night of meeting Muriel, he teaches her a couple of gambling tricks, and she's immediately attracted to what Julius has to offer. Julius is more of a devil may care, charismatic kind of person. So the movie centers on this. It seems like a love triangle, but it's really not because the narrative splits wide open and you follow Muriel's journey in California with her husband Lee. Muriel eventually she's a hard worker, but thanks she's inspired by Julius and she becomes very interested in horse racing and horse races and she starts betting on horses. She starts a gambling streak and then ultimately she possibly explores a love with another woman. That other woman is played by Sasha Kaye, and that's an interesting
That
open
she
rela-
played
Supergirl.
Supergirl in
Yes,
the
yes,
Flash movie.
yes. Did you the Flash movie? Was that any good? You ever see that? I never got to see it.
It was fine.
It was fine. Okay, well,
I'm just happy to see her doing other stuff because I did like her a lot in that movie.
she's very good in this movie as well. She plays a love interest to Muriel in the film for On Swift Horses. And then Lee is just the guy whose his main dream is to build that home with Muriel and have kids and just have a really nice atomic family. Okay. This is set around the Korean War era. They're both, the brothers are both Korean War veterans. Meanwhile, Julius, again played by Jacob Elordi, he's now in Las Vegas. He ends up meeting a his coworker. He ends up getting a job at a casino trying to catch cheaters. So whenever he sees a cheater, he will basically inform on the cheater and tell the pit boss that hey, that person's cheating. So he's making good money from that. His coworker in this casino is played by Diego Calva, and ultimately Julius has a relationship with this employee in the casino. So you're following these two tracks where Muriel has a new relationship with that character played by Sacha Kaye, and also Julius has a relationship with that person played by Diego Calva. And it's a very interesting epic drama about their lives. It's the running time's 119 minutes. It's it plays in New York and LA April 25th, directed by Daniel Minahan. The caveat is the ending of the movie is a little bit more, it's not as clear cut regarding what happens to these characters. And I really love the ending. And it's a very resonant film. And it reminded me of a lot of the movies from the 1950s or early 60s, which would star Montgomery Clift or James Dean. In fact, the director Daniel Minahan mentioned a couple of movies that served as an inspiration for this. He included the movies Picnic, which I believe, I think that movie stars William Holden and Kim Novak, and then he also mentioned another movie called All Fall Down, which stars Warren Beatty. And the Warren Beatty character in All Fall Down served as sort of a template or an inspiration for Jacob Elordi's performance as Julius. Daisy Edgar-Jones is excellent in On Swift Horses, as is Elordi. They are the main characters, the main actors for On Swift Horses. If you are a fan of their work and their talents, their respective talents, you're going to love On Swift Horses. Is it a sweeping romantic drama? It's sweeping in a sense. It's a very new take on what love or what romantic love is all about. It's really interesting to see how they're spun off around this era when those type of relationships were frowned upon, right? So there's a lot of different elements. There's also, it says On Swift Horses. There's a horse racing element and there's a horse element in this movie. There's just different types of layers for On Swift Horses. And again, the ending is pretty, in my opinion, even though open-ended, very resonant. I really enjoyed On Swift Horses. Actually, that's my top pick of the week. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars in New York and in Los Angeles, April 25th, and it'll be in wider markets in the coming weeks. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.